Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Here.
Jeffrey Law, John Carroll, Mark Buckeye, Tyler Whitehold, Barbara Donovan Peterson. Some years do game.
50% is good. Summer. That's okay.
Some.
That's a French law, but that's okay. You got the last name right.
Well, it took me a while on that. So.
1 out of 2 isn't bad.
And here.
Oh, I'm telling you. I was called Zimbabwe at one time. How did you get Zimbabwe out of you? But that's okay.
Approval of the minutes.
Between Betty's ball field and the upper parking lot area. So that's been repaved. Lots of mowing, weed eating. The lake was down, now it's up. So soccer fields have been painted, mowed, striped, ready to go.
What kind of help you have these days?
We're full staffed in the parks.
Okay. Good. Because if you're like everybody else, you're probably mowing every 3 or 4 days.
Yes, we went from not mowing to mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
So
Steve, did they get the curb along down the along the sidewalk down at Main Street? In there, huh? Oh, isn't there a concrete curb that goes along the edge of that too? No, they're not.
no,
Okay.
no, it's just a sidewalk base.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about that, Bill? I don't think it goes to- Why was there a approach put in the sidewalk that goes up to the bathroom on the Jefferson Street side?
There is.
Project. Why not? It's just supposed to be the sidewalk on the street.
There is. Yeah, down by the bathroom there is. Isn't there?
Where the sidewalk.
Where the
comes off
bicycle,
the end of
bike
the
rack,
bathroom.
where the,
There's a ramp at both ends of the sidewalk, but not where the bathroom
Where the
sidewalk
goes
comes out
up
to the street.
oh, down on that end there's.
Further down.
Gotcha. Don't know.
Is
That-
there
I thought you were
anywhere
talking about
that
the
you
sidewalk
would
itself. That's it.
not like to mow anymore besides, I mean, I know it's a
Sure,
silly
Ben.
question, but so that we could seriously think of next year turning into
Native
native
grasses
grasses
and-
and stuff.
That would be a question for Jeff. He's more into that stuff.
Okay.
He can visualize that
Going
stuff
out
better
to
than
the
I
street.
can.
We'd always mention like the hillside by the radio station,
Yeah.
which is, but doesn't someone else mow that?
Yes.
Okay. And then my thoughts too were, do you not mow on Progress Parkway?
We do mow Progress Parkway, but only a couple passes outside the walking trail. The rest of it gets mowed twice a year with a tractor.
Looks all natural.
All right, I'll just talk to Jeff then.
Okay.
We'll see something. Because we really like to get that implemented. Not only for, wildlife.
And if anybody wants to meet on that on site and walk around the park, we can.
Okay,
So,
all right. Park looks beautiful.
thank you.
It does.
Striking really well.
Anybody got any questions? Things? All right.
I think so.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Old business. Master Plan Committee reports, fundraising committee.
Good, good.
She's in Oklahoma.
Trail Committee.
Plans are being drafted. Hope to have those done before the end of the year. Carpenter Engineering has been, has put the preliminary plan together. We'll be getting that sent off to the state for the recreational trail program.
Sorry.
Let's get that accepted by the end of the year and start construction next year.
Sweet.
Thank you, Happy. Thank you.
Playground Committee.
Nothing to report.
Bathroom Committee. Anything on the bathroom?
Board approved the budget, or the board will be approving the budget in September. Bathrooms are part of that. So once we get that approval, we'll get ordering and then figure out how to get them in. That'll be the toughest part. 'Cause it's a 90-day process before they're ready.
Okay. So we'll have them for spring maybe.
That would be
Perfect.
good. That would be really good.
When they start building them, how long does it take till they're ready to use? Or setting them up when they,
I think it depends on how fast you can get your plumbers in there to do all the connections. So that could be 4 to 6 weeks, it could be longer, depending on, at that point in time, if we
When we do that in-house,
I was gonna ask that.
That was gonna be my next
that's how much
question.
time we got to connect it.
If we can get somebody local to do it, give them the job.
And
Mhm.
with it being freezing temperatures at that point, we gotta be
Right.
careful because they're not heated. So we'll see. The other option is that we wait until we get the trailer in before we drop the bathrooms in, so we know what the elevation's gonna be. We should know by then what the elevation of the sidewalk is by the plans and be able to measure off of that, come back with the sidewalks to the bathrooms.
Wouldn't that make more sense? Or does it really
well,
matter?
not really, because getting them in there,
You don't want to have
That's
to go over
true.
your
the
sidewalk.
equipment over the new trail.
Right.
And it could be a while.
That one up on the top by the big thing might be a little tricky.
Yeah.
That's what I'm concerned about.
And again, do they have to go where the existing ones are? I know for convenience of plumbing and all that, but does it make sense also just logistically wise and everything?
The big pavilion gonna move closer to the big pavilion anyhow.
Yeah.
So it's gonna move further to the east, not to the west, closer to the pavilion. We'll have to extend the sewers that we have there on the water, but that one goes there. The other one moves up to the top of the hill, again, because of elevations and how we can get it installed.
It'd be nice though.
Yeah, I agree.
And we were looking at definitely the big pavilion because of the amount of use you get up there, and we got the basketball courts. But then on the lower part, it was more for the pavilions that are there, not necessarily the soccer field. So there'll still be a trek up the hill to get to the bathrooms for them. But
Right.
I'm not sure where the sewer goes. It goes through the soccer field.
No, it goes off the back. Off the back corner, right toward the old soccer field.
Yeah.
Yeah, between them.
But there's still no bathrooms for the other side of the park, except the park house and the proposed pavilion that's going in there.
So that the large pavilion that you're eventually putting in.
I have its own.
But they gotta go find it.
Yeah,
Happy, hopefully how was the new bathroom, the Johnny on the spot we put in at Pinkley Park? Is that well used or
yeah, we use it. I
is
mean,
it, if the Johnny on the spot that was put in at Pinkley Park, do you notice it's used, not used?
I can't say that I'm tracking.
I mean, you know what I mean? Is it, as you're driving up and down or mowing, do you see people?
I see people at the park, but
Okay.
I can't say that.
every time I've gone, it's been used. Some family mothers taking it. It's definitely getting used.
Did we put like a dog little basket thing for did we talk about doing that or we did not? There's one in there, okay.
I was gonna say, I thought we had one down there.
Why didn't that get mowed a while back ago? Just because of overloading or wet? I mean,
Where at?
at Pinkley Park.
It was wet. At the low-lying areas, so it was still wet for a few days.
Okay. Ugh,
No, we didn't get no
snakes
rain.
down
We
there.
didn't get any rain.
Oh, shit, God.
Yeah. It's a really nice park. It's a very nice park.
Well, for that part of town, it's a great park.
Yeah. It's a shame there's not more parking to use it for like little art shows or little festivals, you know? Because it's a perfect setting. It's shade, it's flat.
Still use it.
Yeah.
Use it.
Okay, moving on. Sorry.
Okay, anything else under old business? Moving on to new business?
Happy, how well attended was our journey? Can you report on that at all?
What we saw was estimated about 13,000.
How does that compare to previous years?
I don't have the same entity, so I can't compare them. I'd say that's pretty good. Saturday was busy, Sunday not half busy.
But it's because the weather on Sunday was iffy. A lot of people were scared about the weather, but nothing ended up happening. Saturday was gorgeous.
It ended up being really busy Saturday, early in the day.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
A little bit at night, then everybody came in for the music.
Yes.
that the different areas had. Sunday was just steady.
Which is typical of 2-day festivals.
It is, yeah.
Sometimes 2 days is too many days.
I have a new business. How long do we want to keep the porta potty at Pickford Park?
I think they need to keep it there till at least the season's over.
Yeah, I thought we talked like somewhere around, I thought it was like November.
November is when they was back.
Yeah, I would say that would be a good time to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, can we just kind of play that by ear? It's an unseasonably warm November.
Correct.
I was gonna say, yeah, November, December, January starts getting cold. I think that's,
It's Missouri, dear.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you have ice next week.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
asked them to pick it up in the fall.
Oh,
That day.
Yeah, oh, I know it was there.
They're very, very quick.
No, they're good.
Yeah.
I just didn't want something to forgot about.
Oh, no.
I ain't for it.
How
Right.
much is that?
120, isn't it?
No, it wasn't. I think it was around $90.
Oh, is that what it
Really?
ended up being?
Shoot, I'm gonna put one on my card.
Save your water bill.
Save you on water bill.
Okay.
Hunting glow.
Okay. Uh, I think last year, we not doing it downtown and tying it in with the art walk.
Last year we didn't do it at all.
We didn't do it last.
I thought Sam did it.
No, you canceled it
Oh, I thought Sam.
It was canceled.
I
It was
can't
canceled.
remember.
Yeah, it was canceled.
because of the rain.
Oh, all right. Well, that shows you how much I can be involved in it. I'm too busy at work. If we had more volunteers, I cannot stress how I'm at work. I have,
I get it. We have,
What would be the date on that?
are you want to do it with the have spectacular or with the art walk? Art walk's gonna be 27th, 28th. The foundation also has.
Well, the kids are gonna be.
28th, is
Yeah,
that Friday?
you're right. And Deja Vu's that evening as well with the foundation.
The spectacular, the kids part, kind of want, early
I
evening.
don't know when I have no idea. I don't have children here.
You must have it.
Yeah.
I think it's like from noon to 3 during the day. Like, where's the website that we can go to find out everything that's going on in St. John?
Saturday.
Which one should we go to?
Yeah, 20 Saturday.
I was gonna send you some high school help, but we are at our district. So we'll be in Cape, so none of them, they gotta run. Now I don't know what kind of help you can get from others, but if you tell me you need help, I'll post something at school. If you give me exact times, looking for 3 or 4 artistic people that are willing to help with pumpkin
Something.
bags, yeah. A pumpkin, I'm sorry?
But
Okay, so
so Deja Vu. When does Deja Vu start, Bob?
Deja Vu's on the 28th
Yeah, but what
at
time?
5:30 to
5:30. That's what I thought. Okay.
That's the deja vu.
Yeah.
Kind of wait till it gets a little spooky and dark outside for that.
Yeah. I'll be setting up for that.
So if you do it right, you do this from 1 to 6, and then the other one kind of kicks in.
what are you asking?
We want to know if we want to do it.
Well, when?
What
Maybe,
would you do with that?
Maybe 28th, evening the 28th. Then.
I'm trying to get my programs. 24th.
And I can try to help get stuff.
Is City Hall destroyed on the inside? I'll make one heck of a haunted house. Look at him go, no, that was a joke.
Under construction, by the way.
Okay, not to be dense here. Friday night is what?
Art walk.
Art walk.
Okay, that's what we normally tied it in with
With the artwork.
the
Yes, it was.
artwork, the
Okay.
27th. So Spooktacular is the 28th.
Correct.
All right, my question is, do you think people are gonna stay, all day and all night? The family is not gonna keep their kids out that long. I don't think. I wouldn't want. You'd be crazy by the time they're all wired out on candy. They're in their costumes, and then they need to go to that. Unless we do it, we start it earlier. It
You can
doesn't
start- you can start
necessarily
it
have
earlier.
to be dark. It does start getting darker early at that time of year, which is a plus.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it, we could do it like from starting at 4 if we wanted to tie it in that day. I can't do anything on Friday night because I have a big catering event that I'm helping with or doing. But I think it is a fun event and people enjoy it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, we've always had good turnouts when it was down there.
Is it something you can show me what I need to do? I'd be available that Friday.
Oh, it's not real hard.
It's not. It's just, do we want to do it on Friday? Just the art walk and have people come back, come out that night to do it and then come back into town the next day to do the Spooktacular? They might pick and choose between that too.
Yeah.
So maybe it would make sense to do it on the Spooktacular night. And even if anything, they took it home with them. And there might be just people that can't make the Spooktacular because of sporting events or whatever, and they can make it that night. And that would be another alternative. It could just be a whole day thing. I think it would make sense to tie it in with the Spooktacular.
Which is on Saturday. That's going to be way better because both teams are in the playoffs at that time. And again, I'm not saying little kid's going to choose sports
Right.
over,
Right.
but a
Right.
parent who's got a kid who's playing football on a Friday night and a little one, this could be the last chance to watch their kid because by then it's lose and go home. Because we're a district.
Right.
then. So if you do it on Saturday, and if you do it like 3, 4 on, we will be back from our district by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So if you need help, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll ask.
Or is it going to get lost in the mix of all the Spooktacular?
I don't know. I haven't seen the Spectacular schedule. I have no idea.
Is this where they carve pumpkins? Or is this like a trick or treat type thing?
The pumpkin glow?
Pumpkin
Yeah,
glow?
yeah, that's when,
Carve them, paint them.
why?
Who donates
We
the
did-
pumpkins or who do we?
Warren already got a. always got
Yeah,
a-
we get them, we've got them at 2 different places, but there's a couple of locals that are very generous with donations.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so do we want to do this on Saturday then?
I think so. Tie it all together.
Okay,
Okay. Like I said, I can help set up during the day, whatever.
so
Um,
October 28th.
And what time to what time? Yeah, you pick whatever you think is the
Well, like I
best time to
said,
do
it
it.
starts getting dark early then already.
Yep.
So, and what time did you see?
Spectacular runs till 6.
Yeah, that's what they did last year.
I can't
Right.
find the flyer for this. It should
Right,
be
October
somewhere. Do you know
28th,
where
it
to
starts
pull it
by
up?
5.
then Deja Vu starts at
No.
5:30.
You're talking about the Spectacular?
Yeah,
I've seen.
there's
some
flyers out
things.
I
already.
just saw it a while ago. So.
I've seen a few things on Deja Vu out there too.
But it'd be kind of cool to have a Google Calendar where everything's just on one calendar.
Bob, it's dark by 5:30 for the most part, isn't it? Or closer to
Well,
it?
it's a little bit after that.
Yeah,
That's kind of why we moved, we used to start at 5 o'clock.
yeah.
And we moved it back to half an hour this year. Just because we do it by lantern light.
Well,
Doesn't really say anything.
5
Just-
o'clock, they're gonna be hungry, so then we also think about maybe roasting
Says
wieners
12
or
to
something.
4.
12 to 4 this year?
Yep.
Okay, then I think we should do it 4 to 8.
Fine.
How's that sound? Or 4 till question mark. Yeah.
Or till they don't
I
go
would
in.
say,
Or
I like
till
the
what?
idea of 4 till question mark, because if
Yeah.
you run out or nobody shows up, you're not
You can just shut
entitled
it
to be
down.
there till 8
Doing
o'clock.
it at the Oryx,
They're doing what?
the Spectacular.
Oh,
The trick or treating is from noon to 2, then everything else is at the Oryx.
By the chamber last year.
Yeah, I don't know what all the,
Yeah, there's a magician coming.
oh yeah, balloon art and face painting from 2 to 4 and 3 to 4 is magic show.
And we do have another meeting to finalize some of these things before we.
Uh-oh. Good thing that's,
Then maybe.
you're gonna get the straw too? You're gonna be able to get the straw? Is that guy not gonna get a straw
Oh, yeah.
anymore? Yeah.
And we
Okay.
can, that would be a no problem.
Okay.
It's just with all of that going on,
During the early day, I can help set up.
do
I
you
mean,
think it's
which
still
would be-
necessary to do our pumpkin glow?
No,
But some people might not be able to make that. It can make our evening thing. And if only 2 people show up, so be it.
If ours starts at 4, it would just be something they could do.
Continue it on.
After leaving.
They're gonna want to eat somewhere.
Yeah.
But did they say food there?
Fix up the orders, just order food next door.
Oh,
well,
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't say.
Let me
I'm just-
stop what I'm doing and go next door and get
But
your
maybe
order.
if we had a 4 to 8, they could go somewhere to eat. Still come down.
Right, I'm just saying, well, that would be an opportunity for us too, hot dogs.
They're advertising
Chili
on their
dogs.
site
Chili.
that after this event to go to the spirit reunion, which takes place 5 to 8.
oh, so that's all on
not-
there?
Yeah, that's on their.
Oh, sweet, okay, good. I was
But
wondering-
that's not really a kid. Little kids. I've seen little kids there.
I know, because you got those kind of groupies, and then you have the moms that want, dads that would like to take their
Well, they want
kids
to do
to.
that, then maybe they can pop that in there
Yeah,
also.
okay, let's keep it on that date, 28th, cool.
4 to 8,
I say put 4 to 8, and if
Why don't we say 5 so we can start setting up at 4 so we don't have to blow our whole day setting up and stuff. How's that sound? Same as, we could keep it the same as, does that bother you that we're doing something?
We do get back a lot of families that come to the spirit.
yeah.
But I don't know if it's gonna be the same kind of families that want to come and carve a pumpkin. What do you think?
Depends, like, you've had the experience in the past, is it 8th graders?
I mean, the other
Does
night.
that
it's
one
been the
cost?
same nights.
I think this is-
Always the art walk?
Oh, does the spirit reunion cost?
So, it's
Yes.
been the same nights. They've got roof
What?
the pumpkin will.
What'd you
I
ask?
think we've always done the art walk.
Yeah, it's always been on the art
Is
walk.
it really?
Yes, because it's kind of already, because on Friday nights, you already have the buzz of people downtown. They stop by in years past.
Last year was the first year that Spectacular really did anything. It's usually in the past, this has been trick-or-treating.
Trick and treating around, yeah,
Yeah.
kids go around the stores.
The hospital, you know, we got a lot about.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Barn, walk.
yeah.
right. Well, it just happened that Halloween.
Yeah.
It was on a Friday, closer to the end. I don't know. We don't want to take away from the spirit.
Well, we could just keep it, we can keep it on
Yeah, but if they
Friday.
come in at 5 and they do the project and they're done by 6, they can go straight to the spirit.
Yeah, it'd be dark. Or we started earlier.
I mean, it's more fun to
Well,
go to
and
the
you
spirit
only
than when
have
it's
like
dark.
one window of Halloween days.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be overlapping of some. So I think we just keep it, let's just do it on the 28th.
I enjoyed every bit of those when my kids were, and William was one of the actors
Oh, yeah.
with the mosquitoes at the spirit. Oh,
They got that
dread the
low-
oh, dread that mosquito.
We make a decision. 28th?
28 it is. 5 to 8, start setting up at 4.
Okay.
And I should be back if you need help setting up. All they do is just put it on the group thing, and I'll be more than happy to show up and help. And maybe I'll bring a high school of 2 kids from my group, and they'll help you out.
And what time does that thing do? At 5?
5.
And then you guys just go.
Go
There's stuff
till-
going on there too.
What time we end, Bob? Or what time is it end? Deja vu? It is 8. Okay.
And is there like weenie roasts and stuff like that there too?
We have fires and stuff like that.
S'mores?
You never been in there?
No, I have. I've always worked.
Oh.
for
No, you come through and it takes, it usually take a couple hours to go through that, usually.
We have some people that go through it faster. you know, they have little kids.
Yeah.
It can take over an hour.
I just refreshed my memory. Is there activities and stuff at this one, or is that the night
No,
of
this is
werewolf?
just,
No, that's-
well, I mean, it's they're telling the story. with parents.
Okay,
Right.
all right. Then we're good. What is he here for? To talk about it? Are you here to talk about it?
So
Like, otherwise,
they just have to know about it.
let's just not be redundant. Okay. Great.
We're good on that?
We're great with that.
And if there's any changes, September meeting, we can, you know, adjust and go from there.
We didn't make much of it.
I don't think so. It's already something in existence. So, it's already in existence.
Yeah, I guess we, what all do we usually buy for it?
Pumpkins, because not all of them are always donated. We do get some straw, we get, carving materials, paint, stuff,
Is that under the forecast?
marshmallows, some more stuff, and if we want to do hot dogs, just like,
How much do you usually spend?
not that much, just really not that much.
Oh, we did.
Maybe $150.
Hot chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, hot chocolate.
We need to make a motion if we're gonna spend money.
To use money out of our budget.
That would
Let's
be-
say $200.
Yeah,
How's that?
We should make a motion.
I make a motion.
I have a motion
I'll second it.
for the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Is the motion to spend up to $200 or?
Yes.
Is that okay? Up to?
200 easily, because sometimes the pumpkins, you know,
Depending on the, well, if everything goes up and the pumpkin go up like everything else,
or if
that's
there's
basically
no pumpkins.
$200 will get you 6 pumpkins.
They're all burnt up already or something. Are we moving on now?
Sure.
Because I do have some business that John Kuntz came to me again about the lime kiln, wanting to help with some small projects. They have a group of people always willing to help and want to participate in anything to beautify the community. And sometimes they will match funds, like if we wanted to do some planting somewhere or some benches somewhere, that they would match some monies. And just want some ideas for some little projects. So he reached out last year and it was like, let's do that in the coming year. Well, here it is, almost the end of the year, and we haven't decided on anything. So if we want to think about that, and maybe I'll just give some people some calls next week.
What kind of matching are they talking about?
No, but it's all personal. What it is a bunch of people out there.
Okay. I
They
didn't know
put
if
it
they
up
had
on their board and say, hey, we're going to be doing this.
Okay.
Would you like to donate anything for that? I did mention that we were, sorry, my mind just went completely blank. Oh, it was the pumpkin glow. I had mentioned to him. I said, we always need volunteers. And he's like, well, I don't know, a lot of people rather just give $5 than
Right.
volunteer their time. And he said, but let us know if there's anything they can do on that. But they want more concrete plans. Like, say we did want to do a natural flower bed somewhere, they will get out there and dig it, kind of like the chamber did, cleaning up the park and stuff like that. So if we want to rack our brains and think of little things, little projects to
Like a
do,
wildflower area.
yeah, we definitely, I think that would be good.
So they want to donate time, not money.
Both. If people aren't going to come out and physically help us, though,
They would be great at the
Johnson.
pumpkin thing.
Was anything ever settled on the bench for River Cage? Is that the thing that part,
No, I don't think so.
It would be something interesting.
what is going on, that's a whole nother
That's
can of worms,
yeah.
but I just wanted to put that out there, that John wanted us to be aware of that offer, and we need to take them up on that before it
That's a great
goes to
offer.
the wayside. Okay?
That's
So
great.
let's try to brainstorm on it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Any other new business? Any other business? Rob?
Bob Mueller from 163 Merchant. I wanted to talk about the flood level signs down at the flood park. I don't know if you know it, but 50% of the 50 highest floods have occurred since we got the urban design levy in the last 22 years. And what we had envisioned with a new sign was two signs, actually, one that shows before the levy and one that shows the after, because three of the top five have occurred since we got the levy. So that's one thing. And the other thing was location. I've done probably 25 bus tours, step-ons, and we pull up to the side of the road there, and I talk about how tall or how high the flood was. But the only people that can see that sign where it's at now is the front people in the bus, the driver, me, and about the first two rows. What we'd envisioned is to have the signs in the park itself, kind of like behind where that current sign is, so that when the bus pulls up, you can see out the side window and you can get a real good idea. We don't unload people at that location. It's just a stop.
So another good thing with that, Bob, I didn't mean to interrupt you, is we've talked about getting that back part cleared where the levee is.
Yeah, that was the other thing
So
that we
if it's in the
showed.
background, you have the levee back there, you can kind of see that.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that quite a bit lately.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, most people, we do have people that walk down there and can get a good perception, but I'm just talking about people that are casually either going to pull up in a car because of where they pull up there, or with a bus that comes down there.
I personally think something professionally designed and graphically made, so at a simple look, you
I
can see
think they're
level.
already made.
You mean
So I
in
think,
that,
And in addition to the gauge,
Oh,
like
okay.
in that
something,
information board? you're
Yeah.
saying?
yeah, and
Oh.
just something so in your face graphically, wow, that, on top of those gauges. But some people can't gauge it, but if you had it sitting back in the park, whatever, so like you said, driving by, you could just look.
Wow.
I mean, it's scary when you think of it.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I met with Lawrence Myers, 2-3 months ago down there, we kind of looking at landscaping and that. And his thought was to move that information box out of the center of the park. Move it more off center toward the street on an angle. And then two signs to go on either side of that. They still be visible if you pulled out to look out.
It depends on if it's too close to the Gabby Creek. You're
Well, I
not,
don't think it would go that close. But just off center where.
just kind of take a look to see if you had a bus at 54
Yeah.
passenger
Are
bus.
you going,
We're always going towards
The levee?
to Little Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, yeah,
So
so
it'd be-
you're looking to the
Yeah.
right.
But yes, the signs aren't made.
Bob, in your opinion, what would make the best sense so everybody can see the sign? What do you think we should do?
Well, I think some, not very close to the Gabby Creek, more towards the middle, because when you pull a bus up there, there's that little, the curb.
Right.
You almost pull up directly to that.
And does it necessarily have to be like that? Why can't it be, I'm doing
Yeah, I think
this
if,
like
you know,
that's
if
the
it's, you
road.
don't want to get too far back, because then they
Right.
don't get that perception of, that water would have been over the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be good to have, and we'll look at it, but I think it'd be good to be able to have it, like if you pull up here, say it's here, and you got the levee right here, where you can actually see the levee once it's all cleaned up, and you see kind of the gauge going, wow.
It was just a comment, just from experience of working with bus boards.
Well, we
that's
appreciate
good.
that
No, that's
because
good.
we've been talking about that part
Yeah.
for a while. Hence the bench she just brought up. We were talking about putting some benches down there perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But I think too, just having something professionally made to explain what happened and the time frames and all that, on top of the literally gauge, but that's what I would like to see.
Was it August 6th when what was it? Was it August 19th when it crested? Which one was it? August 16th?
Which one?
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Oh, about 93, yeah.
Yeah, 93. I was just curious.
I always wonder when you look how high that was there, and I asked Herb Bowman how they figured out where the top part was. Down on the trestle, there was a mark,
Yeah.
and it shot a survey money back.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I was visiting this town in that year, and the people, my in-laws lived in the house right by the deck. And they put that makeshift levee across 61. And we'd walk down that driveway and go to the levee and just watch the water rise and rise. I'm thinking, that is a lot of water. I want to walk out of here, not boat out of here. And then when it broke, it just,
I think we could probably do a little history
Yeah.
panel. I don't know how big you want to make it. I mean, we have smaller ones like at the cemetery that kind of describe things, pedestals. Those aren't really all that expensive. So we could probably find somebody to donate some stuff.
I think it'd be really interesting because that is such our history of our town.
Didn't Sandra say that we used to have some posters down at the Welcome Center?
Pardon?
Didn't
Yes.
Sandra say that we used to have something for the flood down at the Welcome Center?
Probably. I mean, they have a thing of how the river used to be.
No,
which
no,
is a-
right. No, I meant, I thought she said we had some posters, a bunch of posters.
They were never found.
They never found them. Okay.
Bob, have you thought, being the historian that you are, putting a presentation together and going to the schools? Because we have teachers that are teaching now that were not born in 1993, and they know nothing.
They got to go all the way back to 1785. Or you need to understand how much that river has been part of our life.
Have you thought about putting some sort of a presentation?
It could get on the list.
Okay. Well, when you cover that part, let me know. We'll get you into school because I would be very interested to listen to what you got to say. Because kids these days they take things, they don't know.
Yeah.
This is how high the water was. What are you talking about?
Well, can I be silly again and ask another silly question? Who's in charge of that park?
We are?
We are. There's not the water gauge committee, or is that in that park? No one else has ever had anything to do with that park except
I
the
would
park
say-
board? Because quite frankly, I've been on this board forever and don't hear it mentioned that much.
One of the downtown groups, I don't know if they really had
Downtown-
anything to do with it.
downtown
They had
renewal at one
donation
time.
For landscaping.
And that was it. But see, that's why I always thought they were in charge of that park.
See, until you brought up the park like a year ago, I didn't even know that was part of our parks.
I didn't either.
Remember
That's-
I've got it at home. I think it was Lawrence that did that.
The drawing.
I've got the drawings at home.
Well, I think
For the
that should be
landscaping and
like
everything
on
for
our
it.
top priority, the park, the master plan of the big park costs a ton of money, where this could be something that can be done.
Yeah. I think there might even be some money left on that. I might check with Sandra and the community
On
foundation.
the community foundation,
Yeah.
But I mentioned before that in the basement of the Welcome Center, there is a split rail wooden
It's still there. I just saw
to
it.
go along the creek.
Really?
well, if you wouldn't mind, if we could pull on you for not a lot
If
of
you
your
wanna go
time.
down there someday and we look at that and figure out the
Yeah.
best places to put that stuff,
Okay.
Like you can get in the bus and we can jump.
message me and
Yeah,
I'll
we can
get
maybe
it.
I was
get
gonna
the
say,
trolley
next time you have a
guy to
bus,
take us around.
let us know. We'll get on it.
Yeah, I'll ride on
Well, you
any
guys got
bus.
school buses, come on.
Not the school yellow bus.
Yeah, that'll work.
Talking about
But
buses, how often do we get buses come to town?
Not lately, not very often. I mean, for a while there, we were doing American Queen tours and
Yeah.
various ones, but, and it was very popular to talk about that. And I always thanked them. I mean, if it wasn't for the citizens of the United States, we wouldn't have that levy.
Right. Exactly.
It's important to us.
Oh,
And the
absolutely.
historic home.
Yeah.
That's why you got them.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Bob,
you.
thank you for the
Thank you.
information.
And we
Great.
will address that. In a bench.
Any other business?
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
That's awesome.
A second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.